bunch of stuff because I didn't want to forget anything. First off, I just want to thank everyone who's watching this video and all my friends and family who have supported me through this journey. With the successful summit of Mount Baker, I, Craig Willis, become the 10th Washington County Highpointer to complete that list. I also am now the youngest person to do so. And in addition, I'm also the 5th person to summit the most prominent point in every county in Washington, as well as the 6th person to summit the peaks in Washington with at least 25 miles of isolation from higher peaks. I'm the first person to complete all 3 of those lists at the same time. Mount Baker is also my 100th peak in the U.S. with at least 2,000 feet of prominence, and my 108th county high point overall in the U.S. But before we started a big celebration, I wanted to talk about some things that led up to this moment, and I want to really start at the beginning of this. Jeremy, who are over here, are great teammates from Mount Baker. They've been awesome. And 2 other guys. And I want to thank the following people for being teammates. Washington County Prominence Points, Terry Willis, Adam Walker, Dave Merrill, Josh Lewis, Mike Owens, Skylar Evans, Joe and Jeremy, and 2 other guys. I want to thank the following people for being teammates on the Washington County Isolation People. Terry Willis, Adam Walker, Dave Merrill, Josh Lewis, Mike Owens, Bob Bolton, Skylar Gibbons, Joe and Jeremy, and 2 other guys. I also want to acknowledge those people who really have paved the way for this. The ones who have made the Washington County Highpoints prior to doing this, because those people really inspiring to do this. So I'd like to thank John Roper, Bob Bolton, Bob Packer, Martin Shetter, Paul Leakey, Dwayne Gilliland, Edward Pearl, Andy Bowes, and Paul Michelson. And now, including myself, as the 10th person, I'll refer to these first players of the Washington County Highpoints as the Washington. If going on this journey and completing these peak baiting lists inspires even one person to go for his or her dreams, go on his or her own journey, achieve any goals, then this has all been worth it. If this helps even one person become even more successful, then this has all been worth it. Anyway, it's now time to get back to the festivities at hand. So, bear with me a second here. Adam doesn't know this is coming. So he'll just take view of the scenery in the meantime.
Oh my gosh. Is that a Baker hat?
It is a Baker hat. So, in celebration of Mount Baker, my wife has baked us some cookies, and the 4 of us are going to share these in just a little bit. But speaking of treats, I want to tell a little story. A little over 5 years ago, I was given this. It's Backpacker's Pantry Mocha Mousse Pie, and I was given this. It was supposed to be a celebration of a big achievement. Well, the big achievement happened, but the celebration didn't, due to injuries and conflicts of various sorts. So I've been holding on to this for a special occasion, and I'm going to open this right now, and I'm going to try this.
How old did you say it is?
Oh, only 5 years. Hold on a second.
Not so good.
Leaves a bad taste in the mouth. It's kind of like the person who gave it to me, actually. So, as a backup to that, I got to recommend to everyone Cliff Shot blocks. I take them on every peak bagging trip. They are awesome. Definitely worth it. My favorite are probably these margarita flavors. They really help with giving you some salsa to avoid the cramps. Yeah, want to treat on a peak, get the shot block. Anyway, I believe that is the conclusion. And oh, no. There is some things I wanted to mention. I want to conclude this video with some of my favorite and least favorite locations visited while working on these 3 peak bagging lists I just completed. My most favorite summit, well, now it's this one for obvious reasons. But my second favorite summit, I'd have to say, is Mount St. Helens. It has sentimental value to me because it erupted, or its most famous eruption happened on my 3rd birthday. And also the view from the top, looking in the crater, is unbelievable. I will always treasure that view. My most memorable summit, Bonanza Peak from last year. For our team, it was an epic 18-hour summit day from our high camp to the summit. High Point. The ascent was short and boring, as was the summit. Worst summit for views, Camino Island High Point. None of the summit contenders really had any great views. Most overrated summit, Bighorn. I did not think Bighorn was as difficult as many people have implied. But after our bonanza trip only a couple of weeks earlier, I guess a few big snows seemed difficult anyway. Most underrated summit, the Grays Harbor County High Point. Sounds kind of funny to some people, but there's a long road approach, there's a very steep ascent through brushy forest. You can open up into a basin with some steep snow or scrambling. I mean, it throws a lot at you that you wouldn't expect in that area. Let's see, favorite achievement witnessed during these trips. Bob Bolton